and to explore the legacy of the former Israeli Prime Minister Ariel Sharon, the Executive Director of the Australia, Israel and Jewish Affairs Council, Dr. Colin Rubenstein, joins us now live from Melbourne. Dr. Rubenstein, thank you so much for your time this morning. We are seeing quite a mixed reaction around the world, particularly coming from Israel and the Palestinian territories, as to the legacy of Ariel Sharon. How do you view what will be remembered of Ariel Sharon?
Well, I think consensually within Israel and across the Jewish world and supporters of Israel, there'd be genuine mourning, of course, and condolences expressed to the Israeli people and the Sharon family. But here was a remarkable person, an outstanding military figure, played such a vital role in the security of Israel throughout its history. And in political life, which was really his second career from the 1970s when he was elected to Knesset in '73, he was at times controversial, but in the end he won admiration from all sides of Israeli politics and reversed stereotypes, in a sense, being the darling of the right and criticised on the left in Israel, by bravely and boldly accepting the two-state peace plan, the roadmap in 2003-4, and then deciding to withdraw Israel unilaterally from Gaza. He became the darling of the peace camp in Israel and in many ways throughout the world, showing he was genuinely committed to a two-state outcome and had the wherewithal and had the boldness and the courage to actually act on that vision and that understanding.
And in terms of his ability to move from various different stances, he was, named by some the bulldozer for his very strong stance on certain issues. But towards the later part of his career, his position did somewhat change, particularly with him forming his own party, Kadima, which is viewed more as the centre-right, as opposed to Likud, which is more of a right-wing party. So how have you witnessed his ability to make those sorts of changes and take people along with him?
Well, I think what the various changes throughout his career really shows a streak of very determined pragmatism. He was often cast as an ideologue. I think that's probably wrong if you look at his record. You're right, he got into politics forming a smaller party, was instrumental in 1973 in creating the amalgamated party on the centre-right, the Likud Party, the Unity Party, which he served and went on to become Prime Minister as leader of that party after the breakdown of the peace talks. And he showed himself prepared to commit to Israel's security. The Intifada, which flowed from the breakdown of the talks, was something he had to deal with. Over 1,000 Israeli civilians were killed in that wave of terrorist attacks. He built the security fence, which proved to be extremely effective. And then he showed that streak of pragmatism and concern for not only Israel's interests, but the genuine pursuit of a reconciliation and a compromised peace in adopting the road plan, and also then defying his critics on the right in announcing the unilateral withdrawal of Israel from Gaza in 2004, and had the wherewithal and the strength to be able to complete that without the civil war that in Israel the many predicted by September 2005. And he dismantled 21 settlements in Gaza, as well as 4 in the West Bank, which of course set the template for Israeli consensus on moving forward on a two-state outcome. Since he did that, I think overwhelmingly Israelis accept the need for a two-state outcome. And of course, I think Sharon was disappointed with the reaction on the Palestinian side, particularly in Gaza. Instead of continuing with the hothouses and turning Gaza into a flourishing economy and society, peace with Israel, of course, Israel received the rockets. And this is what's complicated moving forward. This is what complicates the situation today. But his legacy, nonetheless, has been an Israel overwhelmingly committed to that two-state outcome, subject to a two-state outcome with their partners, with a Palestinian state living alongside Israel in peace.
Dr. Colin Rubenstein, thank you so much for your thoughts this morning. Thank you.
My pleasure.